Welcome, gamers, to GAMERant. Alright, I'm just going to put an annotation why I just said that. Alright, so anyway, we are doing a nerd discussion. Alright, and I thought I wanted to talk about downloadable content. Now, obviously, you know, this is the same song and story. You're probably thinking, oh, I've watched these videos before. You know, it's going to be the same thing. Some idiot screaming, yelling at his camera. I'm actually going to attempt to do this in a very calm manner. That's right. Let's see if I can't bring anything new to the argument that is downloadable content. Alright, first and foremost, there are many gamers out there, or I should say wannabe gamers, because quite frankly, if you use this excuse, you're not a gamer in any way, shape, or form, who illiterately say that, you know, to a person, for example, who's created a rant video ranting about downloadable content, and they usually comment or something along the lines of, you know, well, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Nobody's forcing you to buy it anyway, so what's the point of getting mad over something that you really can't control? And I think a lot of people are failing to realize exactly what gamers are attempting to say. All right, let me give you an example. This game has downloadable content. You can purchase it if you want to online. All right. This game, along with the first one, which doesn't have a lot, has downloadable content. All right. You can purchase it if you want. Has pre-ordered downloadable content. All right. Which is just as bad as regular downloadable content. Now, why are those an issue? Why are they fundamentally wrong for a game in general? And why is it that I say you're a wannabe gamer if you're going to sit there and tell me that if I don't like it, don't buy it? I'm going to tell you why. This game, you want to know something? It's complete. There is no downloadable content for it. Same with this game. There is no downloadable content for it. It's complete. Same with this game, and this game, and this game, this game. They're all complete. All right? This literally means that there is no, you know, buy an alternate costume or anything of that nature. Everything that the artists wanted to put in the game are in the game from the very beginning. All right? There isn't some corporation behind the artist saying, hey, we need to make some money, so I want you to come up with some downloadable content for this game that we are creating, all right? That we can start working on after this game has been developed, all right? So if there's anything that you think is really cool that you was going to put in the game in the first place, leave it out. That way, people will buy it. All right? And I'm sure there's going to be tons of people out there that are like, oh, that doesn't happen. Come on, really? Let me give you an example. Nintendo. As much as I love Nintendo, they fucked up. One of the Mario games, I forget which one it was announced that it was going to have downloadable content for it. But they were not going to even start developing the downloadable content until that game, that Mario game, was on store shelves. Why is that just as an issue, just as guilty as developing it during the game? Because they planned it. They planned it during the game. Hey, we're going to create downloadable content. This means that they came up with the idea for that downloadable content. They just wasn't like, we're going to create downloadable content, we're going to do it here. No, we have this idea for downloadable content, but we're not going to be like Capcom and release it a few weeks after or something like that. We're going to develop it after the game has been on store shelves. That's just as guilty, all right? When did Mario even need downloadable content? Now, the reason why I'm saying this is, you know, gamers really need to understand the concept of what people are saying, regardless if they're saying it in a very angry, hostile, F-bomb, every 5-minute type way. You need to come to the understanding that downloadable content is only harming gaming today. You don't believe me? Look at the length of some of the games that have been released. For example, Lollipop Chainsaw. It's about, what was it? I think I read it online. It's like 8 or 12 hours long. That game was brand new, $59.99. $59.99. Is that an issue? Of course it is. Why would you only give me 8 or 12 hours of gameplay for basically 60 bucks? So then when people actually, if people were to create downloadable content, I don't know if there is downloadable content, but I'm going to use Lollipop Chainsaw as an example because, you know, people end up buying downloadable content because games they're lacking. Whether it's story, gameplay, or just length, there's not a lot of stuff there. So you have a lot of idiot gamers who go out and they purchase this downloadable content because they actually think it's going to extend the experience or the life of their game. All right, and when you look at downloadable content of what people thought it was going to be, people originally thought that downloadable content was going to be the equivalent of a PC expansion pack for the home console. I mean, here, let me give you an example of what I would literally say it was. Here we are, Lost Odyssey, all right? This was a modern generation game, all right? If this had a actual expansion pack to it, then the expansion pack we could alliterate would be maybe a... telling the story of how they actually ended up in this alternate world. All right, so we're going to follow their story, their experiences of how they actually ended up in this world that they're currently in. All right, we're going to have, you know, a battle system. We're going to have cutscenes. And yeah, expansion packs, we don't expect a lot with expansion packs. You know, so it could be 12, 15 hours of gameplay total. But the fact of the matter is that it's something completely new. It adds to the depth of the story. It adds to the depth of the characters. All right? An alternate skin pack does not add any depth to the game within itself. When you force me, a consumer, to buy a brand new character that you've created for a Mortal Kombat character, or when you force me to buy a staple character that has been relatively known within, say, like the Street Fighter realm, not only is that an insult to me, because I, as the consumer, I, as the customer, have made your company who you are today because I supported you in the past to make you who you are today. So you're going to do the complete opposite of, hey, you know what? We want to show you how much we enjoy you supporting us. To do this, we're going to create dislike content. We're going to create online pass. You're totally going to enjoy it. We want to thank you, the gamers, for supporting our company and making us the money-grubbing jackasses that we are. That's how much we respect you. We're going to respect you so much that we're going to take content out of your game and make you pay for it separately. But don't worry, don't worry. We are just a business. We are here to make money. We're not here to please you. We are here to make money and to please our stock and our brokers. Stockholders, that is. And that is gaming today. That pretty much sums it up right there. And I look at it in this way. If you are a gaming company, you are a developer, and that is your excuse for creating downloadable content, the nickel and diming of downloadable content is because you need to make money, you need to go out of business. Because clearly, you're not running your business good enough if you can't make enough money that you need to bitch slap the people that made you who you are today. This is why downloadable content corrupts gaming today. It corrupts people within themselves because they're not getting the content that they want from a game. They're not getting the full experience of a game because developers are taking stuff out to make you pay for it later. Or they're locking it on the disc to make you pay for it later. Online Pass. Not a lot of people alliterate this, but Online Pass is a form of dislock content. Because in order to unlock the content that's on there, you need to buy a code. So it is dislock content. So basically, if you have bought online passes in the past, you support dislock content. There's a reason why that staple right there. Online Pass, they got the idea, well, dude, if they're going to buy this form of dislock content, I wonder if they would buy this form of dislock content. See? You support one and it kind of evolves into something else. You support downloadable content, it then becomes this immersion of just a shit ton of, here's an alternate costume, here's an ultra sword. What happened to these experiences in gaming where I could actually span the universe of that world to find that weapon in some chest or something, or to play the game and to unlock that Mortal Kombat character, or to get the excitement of going online and seeing that, oh, dude, this game has a button code for a fucking character on the character selection screen. Holy shit. Bam! What does Chameleon look like? Those kind of experiences are no longer within gaming. So this is why downloadable content corrupts game. Not only does it corrupt it for the gamers because it takes away from the experience, it also corrupts the artistic representation of the artist, because the developers, and I'm not talking about like the graphic artists, the programmers, the writers. I'm talking about the people that actually run the company. They're basically like, we need to make money, so you got to make some downloadable content. So that right away limits their creation, because now they have to think of something else. And somebody might say, well, no, that could increase their artistic representation. But how does it? How is them creating a story, for example, a good example, Lightning. This has a shit ton of downloadable content that is story based, all right? Some people even argue that it's actually attached to the story within itself, but you have to purchase it later. This is a good example of a game that takes away from the artistic representation of the actual people that created the game. Why? Because the big dogs in the tuxedo suits that more than likely have never played a fucking video game in their life are only worried about money. And when you have a business that's sole purpose is to worry and sweat over money, then obviously you're not doing your job right in the first place. So downloadable content has corrupted gaming today because it has changed the fundamental experience of what gamers feel when they play a game. The satisfaction of playing an RPG game, roaming around the world and coming across the chest. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere and it's got this badass motherfucking sword in it. Or the experience of playing a Mortal Kombat game and boom, you just unlock this character. Oh shit, this is a brand new character. I've never seen this character. Oh damn. Or the satisfaction of unlocking an alternate ending by simply playing the game. Nowadays, if you want an alternate ending, you got to pay for them. Nowadays, if you want a brand new character, you got to pay for them. If you want an alternate skin pack, there is no satisfaction of playing the game and be like, yeah, Scorpion's alternate costume. Fuck yeah, I finally got that motherfucker. Not anymore. That satisfaction isn't there. So remember, gamers, stop telling me if I don't like it, don't buy it. Pull your head out of your ass, because you're only ruining my experience, and you're also ruining the artistic representation of the artists, because the corporations control them, because it's just going to make them more money instead of actually letting their artistic representation being true to its form of what it used to be. Remember that before you purchase downloadable content again.